What exactly is B2B2C, and why is it important to understand this?
Yeah, I can jump in on that one, and I'll talk more at like a business model perspective. So, from my experience, there's two ways to look at B2B to C, or some people call it B2B to X if the third B is a business. It could also mean customer. But basically, from my perspective, it's really about channel enablement. And that means that the first B could be a manufacturer supplier who traditionally is enabling a channel, which is the middle B. And that channel could be a customer, it could actually be a distributor. There's all kinds of different ways or different models where that middle B, it could be a different entity. And then the final purchaser is the final C. So a good example of that is, and I'm going to use an e-commerce category or category of business, is uniform manufacturers and suppliers. Typically, a uniform distributor will stand up a unique store on behalf of a customer who has their own unique program. And then the actual buyer, the third B or C in B2B to C, is actually the employee, or if it's school uniforms, it could actually be a student. So that's one version of B2B to C. The other version is almost every manufacturer by default has a B2B to C business model where the manufacturer works with distributor networks, and those distributor networks supply products to customers. The traditional model is somewhat disparate, where the manufacturer may not have close relationships with the end customer because the distributor is in the middle, and the distributor takes on a lot of the burden of warehousing merchandise or taking inventory, maybe improving the product information, if not managing more of it, and they own the customer relationship. In a B2B to C model, ideally, it's more of a partnership where the manufacturer perhaps has a single pane of glass or a portal where their sales reps can log in. They can manage jobs and quotes for distributors. Distributors can log into that single pane of glass and they can request quotes. They can manage jobs and orders. And if they're bidding on projects together, that NC, the customer, could log into the same portal and actually look at ship times, choose shipping options, have a lot more control over the buying experience. And in that entire partnership, there's a lot more self-serve, a lot more control, and a lot of more operational efficiency than in the traditional disparate model.
Wow, that's a lot of heavy constructs there. I mean, for
Yes.
me, from a UX experience or UX standpoint, I'll try to boil it down. Manufacturers, an easy way to engage in building a halo and developing hopefully a direct channel to your distributors and then the end customers. For distributors, retailers, marketplaces, as Tom was beginning to allude to, it's a way for companies to extend, something called infinite aisles or sell more stuff, right, with minimal risk. And then for the consumer, this is the C part, it's a way to engage with these brands directly with better pricing, better access, better promotions and specials because it's more personalized. So everything Tom said was absolutely spot on. But I think from a user experience side, you look at it, it's a more seamless way of getting consumers to work with the value chain of manufacturing, distribution, and then getting the item in your house or in your door.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a win-win-win.